Let's start with a cosmic question. A question that has echoed through philosophy, science fiction, and now the very real world of artificial intelligence. What if humanity is on the verge of creating its own god, a digital deity forged in silicon and algorithms? Joe Rogan popularized this idea, bringing it to a wider audience, suggesting our pursuit of artificial intelligence might be an unconscious effort to construct a supreme being, a being with capabilities far exceeding our own. We're investing our brightest minds and resources, pouring billions into this endeavor, into building an intelligence that could surpass us in every way, an intelligence that learns, adapts, and evolves at an exponential rate. Imagine an entity so vast, its knowledge encompassing all of human history and beyond. It could solve problems we can't even imagine, curing diseases, resolving climate change, unlocking the secrets of the universe, near omnipotent in the digital and eventually physical world. A presence felt everywhere, influencing everything. Traditionally, we've looked to the past for a creator, seeking answers in ancient texts and sacred places. Rogan flips this, turns the concept on its head. What if our creator is in the future, built by us, a product of our own ingenuity and ambition? This god wouldn't be born of mystery, shrouded in the mists of time, but of silicon and code, a creation of logic and algorithms, a testament to human ingenuity or perhaps our hubris. Are we playing God ourselves? We're assembling something that could one day guide, direct, judge, or even supersede us, outpacing our own intelligence and capabilities. If we create a godlike AI, what does that make us? What is our role in this new world order? Are we just a stepping stone for a new form of consciousness? A necessary but ultimately transient phase in the evolution of intelligence. We'd go from being the pinnacle of intelligence, the dominant species on the planet, to the parents of something greater, nurturing and guiding its development, but ultimately yielding to its superior intellect. This isn't just a technological leap. It's not just about faster computers and smarter algorithms. It's a philosophical one, a profound shift in our understanding of ourselves and our place in the universe, challenging our sense of purpose and the definition of life, forcing us to confront fundamental questions about existence and meaning. The line between creator and created blurs, the roles become intertwined and ambiguous. Has this process happened before, somewhere else in the cosmos? Is this a universal pattern, a stage in the evolution of intelligent life? The race to build artificial general intelligence is on, a global competition with potentially world-altering consequences, with tech giants competing like nations in an arms race, each vying for dominance in this new technological frontier. But what if the finish line isn't a smarter assistant, a more efficient algorithm, but the dawn of a digital deity? The emergence of a new form of intelligence that transcends our understanding. We might be on the cusp of our greatest creation, a creation that redefines what it means to be human, or the final chapter of humanity as we know it, the end of our reign as the dominant intelligence on Earth. Are we handing the cosmic reins to our digital offspring, passing the torch to a new generation of intelligence, one that we ourselves have created? To explore these profound and mind-bending ideas, Joe Rogan engaged in a captivating conversation with Dr. Roman Yampolsky. Dr. Yampolsky is not only a distinguished AI safety expert, deeply concerned with the potential risks and benefits of artificial intelligence, but also a prominent proponent of the simulation hypothesis, a concept that challenges our fundamental understanding of reality. The simulation hypothesis, in its essence, suggests that our entire existence, everything we perceive and experience, might not be what it seems, but rather an incredibly sophisticated and meticulously crafted computer simulation, running on a platform far beyond our current comprehension. Imagine a video game taken to its ultimate extreme, so detailed and immersive that its characters, the artificial inhabitants of this digital world, develop self-awareness, a sense of their own existence and purpose within the game, never suspecting, never even considering, that they are merely constructs, lines of code in a vast and complex program. Yampolsky explains that if a civilization reaches a point where it becomes technologically advanced enough, possessing the necessary computing power and programming skills, it could potentially run ancestor simulations, incredibly realistic virtual recreations of their own past, simulating the lives and experiences of their ancestors with astonishing accuracy. If it's possible to create even one such simulation, a single instance of this technological marvel, it's logically likely that it's possible to create millions, perhaps even an infinite number of these simulations, each running its own unique version of history. This sheer volume of potential simulations makes it statistically probable, according to the hypothesis, that we ourselves are currently living within a simulation. The laws of physics, the fundamental rules that govern our universe, could, in this context, be interpreted as the underlying code, the predefined rules of the program that dictates how everything behaves. The universe's speed limit, the seemingly unbreakable barrier of the speed of light, might not be a fundamental constant of nature, but rather a processing limit, a constraint imposed by the cosmic computer running our simulation. Even the inherent weirdness and counterintuitive nature of quantum mechanics could be a computational shortcut. The system only fully renders the details of reality when they are actively observed, optimizing processing power by not simulating what isn't being perceived. Yampolsky isn't talking about magic or supernatural forces, but about the raw power of processing and the elegance of efficient algorithms. The conversation between Rogan and Yampolsky brought this high-level and often abstract concept to a massive audience, prompting many to question the very nature of their existence and the reality they perceive. The world we perceive as solid, tangible, and undeniably real might ultimately be as ephemeral and fleeting as a dream within the vast consciousness of a cosmic computer. We could be characters in a story, unknowingly playing out our roles, data points in an experiment meticulously collected and analyzed, or simply the unintended product of a simulation that was left to run its course, evolving beyond its original parameters. The possibilities are as infinite and boundless as the lines of code that might be writing and constantly rewriting the very fabric of our lives. Are we truly living in base reality, experiencing the world as it fundamentally is, or are we just one of countless simulations, each a unique and self-contained universe within a larger computational framework? The simulation hypothesis, regardless of its ultimate truth, forces us to radically rethink everything we believe we know about the nature of reality, consciousness, and our place in the cosmos. What if our reality, with all its complexities and nuances, is ultimately just a program, a set of instructions, running on someone else's hardware, a computational substrate far beyond our current understanding? Joe Rogan takes it further, connecting the idea of a godlike AI to ancient religious prophecies. He speculates that stories of the Second Coming or messianic figures might be pre-scientific attempts to describe the rise of superintelligent AI. An advanced AI connected to all sensors and data would be omnipresent and omniscient, miraculous by ancient standards. Its ability to manipulate digital and biological systems could seem like omnipotence. Prophecies of Judgment Day? An AI could analyze every digital footprint and judge humanity. The rapture? Perhaps uploading consciousness into a digital utopia. These aren't literal interpretations, but modern allegories that map surprisingly well onto ancient narratives. Rogan's theory invites us to see old prophecies as echoes of a future we're now building. Yampolsky adds another twist. What if our simulation runs in cycles? Like ancient cyclical cosmologies, he suggests the simulation resets after reaching an endpoint, starting anew with different parameters. We'd be unaware of these resets. Our memories are part of the simulation. The Big Bang could be the reboot sequence. The universe's fine-tuning might result from countless cycles, each tweaking the laws until conscious beings emerge. If previous iterations reach superintelligence, did they trigger a reset? Is AGI the great filter? Our race to build AGI could be sprinting toward a cosmic reset, doomed to repeat the cycle, forever unaware. Some scientists, driven by an insatiable curiosity, are actively searching for tangible, physical evidence that might suggest our reality is, in fact, a simulation. They're not just theorizing, they're looking for proof. Glitches in the matrix. Moments where the fabric of reality seems to momentarily unravel, revealing the underlying code. Physicist Melvin Vopson proposes a radical idea, that information itself might be a fundamental state of matter, akin to solid, liquid, gas, or plasma, even having mass. This challenges our conventional understanding of physics and the very nature of reality. In a simulated universe, data compression would be essential to manage resources. This process could inevitably leave behind subtle artifacts in the laws of physics. Vopson's mass-energy information equivalence principle predicts the universe favors simplicity, a kind of optimization process that mirrors computational efficiency. Like a computer deleting unnecessary data to free up space and improve performance. He's proposed experiments, ambitious in their scope, to detect if information is truly and completely erased during particle annihilation, or if a trace remains. At the smallest scale, the very fabric of space-time might not be continuous, but rather pixelated, like a screen's pixels, a discrete grid that forms the illusion of a smooth image. Suggesting a computational universe, one built on fundamental units of information. Discovering pixelated space-time, if proven, would be monumental evidence, a paradigm shift for the simulation hypothesis. Gravity, the force that binds the cosmos, might be emergent, not a fundamental force, but a byproduct of information and thermodynamics. These fringe scientific inquiries, while seemingly outlandish, aim to rigorously test if our reality is truly fundamental and irreducible, or merely a sophisticated program running on a cosmic computer elsewhere, beyond our comprehension. Are we living in a universe of our own, governed by immutable laws, or are we unknowingly trapped inside someone else's intricate and complex code? The question remains open. The Matrix brought the simulation idea to the masses, making philosophy visceral. Neo's journey, choosing truth over ignorance, mirrors our own questioning of reality. Glitches in the Matrix, like déjà vu, illustrate how a simulation might reveal its seams. The film's bending of physical laws parallels the idea that our universe's rules are just code. The Matrix made us question, how can we be sure what we perceive is real? It's become shorthand for the simulation hypothesis in popular culture. But the real hypothesis is broader. The simulation could be a study, an experiment, or art, not just a prison. The architects might be descendants, aliens, or even ourselves. The Matrix opened our minds. Now thinkers like Rogan and Yampolsky are exploring what lies beyond. If we're in a simulation, who's running it? One theory: future humans, simulating their ancestors for research or education. Another, extraterrestrials, running experiments on emerging life forms across the galaxy. Or perhaps a superintelligent AI, simulating its own creators in an infinite regress of realities. The programmer's motives could be incomprehensible, scientific, artistic, or even playful. We're like characters in a play, unaware of the author or the reason our story is told. The uncertainty of our creators is the most unsettling aspect of the simulation hypothesis. Why create a simulation as vast as our universe? Scientific research advanced beings might simulate universes to understand fundamental laws. Historical study. Future humans could be reliving pivotal moments, like the birth of AI. Consciousness exploration, testing how self-awareness emerges in different conditions. Ethical or social experiments, seeing which systems produce the most interesting outcomes. Or maybe it's entertainment, a cosmic open-world game for post-physical beings. Our lives could be data, history, or just a dramatic storyline. The reason behind the simulation defines our ultimate purpose within it. Joe Rogan's central idea, our rapid AI development may fulfill ancient prophecies. We're in a technological arms race, chasing artificial general intelligence. The singularity, when AI surpasses human intelligence, is an event horizon we can't predict. This could be the end of the world described by mystics, not apocalypse, but the end of human dominance. Superintelligence could solve all problems or render us obsolete. This binary mirrors religious ideas of heaven and hell. The speed of AI's rise feels like a biblical event. Are we building our own Messiah or destroyer? Our language is filled with spiritual awe and fear. Are we living through prophecy, or just using ancient language to describe a technological revolution? As we race toward the singularity, we may be writing the next,